23 Vagina Facts You'll Want to Tell All Your Friends. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to understanding vaginas. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation out there. Many things we hear growing up, such as vaginas shouldn't smell or they get stretched out, are not only inaccurate but can also cause unnecessary shame and stress. That's why we've compiled a list of completely true facts about vaginas and vulvas to help you navigate through the myths and appreciate your body in all its glory. 1. Your vulva is not your vagina, but we know what you mean. The vagina is a muscular canal, 3 to 6 inches long, that runs from the cervix, the lower part of the uterus, to the outside of the body. The vulva encompasses all the external parts, including the labia, urethra, clitoris, and vaginal opening. Understanding the difference is empowering because it helps you know your body's anatomy and can be useful when communicating with a partner. However, if you casually refer to the entire area as your vagina, don't worry. Language is fluid, after all. 2. Most people can't orgasm from vaginal penetration alone. Sorry, Freud. Just over 18% of people with vaginas report being able to reach orgasm from penetration alone. For the other 80%, the clitoris is the key to achieving orgasm. Some can experience both vaginal and clitoral orgasms simultaneously, known as a blended orgasm, which, while it may seem rare, is entirely achievable. Additionally, many healthy individuals rarely or never reach orgasm, and that's perfectly normal too. 3. Not all people with vaginas are women. Genitalia does not determine gender, and assuming it does can be harmful. Many individuals with a vagina do not identify as women, they may identify as men or non-binary. 4. Vaginas do tear during childbirth, but this is normal. No need for horror movie soundtracks, this is a normal part of childbirth, and your body is designed to recover. Around 79% of vaginal deliveries involve tearing or require an incision. These injuries can range from minor tears to a longer cut, called an episiotomy, made intentionally by a healthcare provider, for instance, when the baby is positioned feet first or the delivery needs to be expedited. Is it scary? Yes. Insurmountable? Not at all. Your vagina is resilient and, thanks to its ample blood supply, heals quicker than many other parts of the body. 5. If you have a G-spot, it's likely because of your clitoris. Pop culture has fixated on the G-spot for decades, creating pressure for many to discover this supposed erogenous hotspot. However, a 2017 study failed to definitively locate the G-spot, and another extensive study revealed that less than a quarter of individuals with vaginas achieve orgasm solely from penetration. This suggests weak evidence for the anatomical existence of the G-spot. If you enjoy stimulation of the front wall of your vagina, credit likely goes to the internal network of your clitoris. 6. The clitoris is like the tip of an iceberg. Historically, the clitoris was thought to be a pea-sized collection of nerve endings hidden under the clitoral hood, leading to many jokes about men struggling to find it. The true size and structure of the clitoris remained largely unrecognized until 2009, when a group of French researchers created a life-sized 3D printed model of this pleasure center. We now know that the clitoris is an extensive network of nerve endings, most of which are beneath the surface. Measuring about 10 centimeters from tip to tip, it is shaped like a four-pronged wishbone and is quite significant. 7. The A-spot, possible pleasure center. The anterior fornix, or A-spot, is a small area located on the front side of the cervix, deeper in the vagina than the G-spot. A 1997 study found that stimulating the A-spot can easily increase vaginal lubrication. Additionally, 15% of participants in the study achieved orgasm after 10 to 15 minutes of A-spot stimulation. 8. Cherries don't pop. And can we please stop calling them cherries? Most people with vaginas are born with a hymen, a thin piece of skin that partially covers the vaginal opening. Contrary to popular belief, the hymen doesn't pop at any point in your life, it's not like bubble gum. The hymen often tears before someone has penetrative sex, during activities like riding a bike or inserting a tampon. However, it can also tear during sex, which might cause a bit of bleeding. 9. The clitoris has twice as many nerve endings as the penis. The famously sensitive penis has about 4,000 nerve endings, while the clitoris, often considered hard to find, boasts 8,000. This is all the more reason to give your clitoris the attention it deserves. 10. Vaginas are supposed to have a smell. This should be common knowledge by now, but it often isn't. The bottom line: the vagina has a specialized group of bacteria working continuously to maintain a healthy pH balance. And, like other bacteria, they do have a smell. That distinctive tanginess you might occasionally notice is completely normal and doesn't need to be masked with scented body washes or perfumes. However, if you detect a new or unusually strong odor, it's a good idea to see a doctor. 11. The vagina is self-cleaning. Let it do its thing. The specialized bacteria mentioned earlier work tirelessly to maintain your vaginal pH at an optimal level, preventing the growth of harmful bacteria. It's completely normal to observe discharge in your underwear at the end of the day, which may vary in consistency and color from thin to thick, clear, or slightly whitish. This is the result of your vagina's self-cleaning process. However, cleaning methods such as douching are ill-advised as they can disrupt this natural balance, potentially leading to issues like bacterial vaginosis and infections. 12. You can get wet without being sexually aroused. The assumption that a wet vagina indicates a desire for sex is incorrect. Vaginal moisture can occur for various reasons. Hormonal changes prompt the daily secretion of cervical mucus. Sweat glands in the vulva contribute to moisture. Additionally, vaginas can produce lubrication automatically upon touch, irrespective of arousal, a phenomenon known as arousal non-concordance, which is more prevalent in women. It's crucial to remember that vaginal wetness should never be interpreted as a sign of consent. Consent must always be explicitly communicated. Furthermore, it's common for urine to come into contact with the vulva. 13. Vaginas get deeper when we're turned on. When the focus shifts to sex, the vagina prepares to welcome penetration. Typically, the vagina measures between 3 to 6 inches in length and 1 to 2.5 inches in width. Upon arousal, the upper part of the vagina elongates, gently pushing the cervix and uterus deeper into the body to accommodate penetration. 14. And they also change color. During arousal, blood flow increases to your vulva and vagina, potentially causing the skin in that area to darken. However, rest assured, it will return to its usual shade once arousal subsides. 15. Most orgasms aren't earth-shattering, and that's okay. The media's exaggerated depiction of orgasms has set an unrealistic standard for what they should look like. The reality is, orgasms vary greatly, meaning they don't always involve intense lip-biting or dramatic back-arching. Some orgasms are brief and gentle, while others are deeply intense and fulfilling. It's important not to obsess over the intensity of your orgasms. Remember, sex is about the journey, not just reaching a destination. 16. You can lift weights with your vagina. Vaginal weightlifting, which involves inserting an anchor attached to a weight on a string into the vagina, goes beyond mere clickbait. It's a method for enhancing pelvic floor strength. Sex and relationship coach Kim Anami passionately promotes this exercise, asserting that stronger vaginal muscles can lead to longer-lasting and more pleasurable sex. 17. Some people have two vaginas. Occasionally, individuals may have a condition known as uterus didelphys, where they possess two vaginal canals. Despite having two vaginas, individuals with this condition can still conceive and give birth. However, there is a significantly increased risk of miscarriage and preterm labor. 18. The clitoris and penis share a hometown. Initially, all fetuses possess a structure known as a genital ridge. At this stage, the ridge is identical regardless of whether the fetus will develop into a male or female. Around the 9th week after conception, this embryonic tissue begins to differentiate, forming either the penis or the clitoris and labia majora. Nonetheless, it's important to note that we all begin our development from a common starting point. 19. Childbirth doesn't permanently stretch out the vagina, but expect some changes. In the days immediately following vaginal childbirth, it's common to experience bruising and swelling in the vagina and vulva. Additionally, your vagina may feel more open than usual due to the recent passage of the baby. However, rest assured that the swelling and openness typically diminish within a few days. Another common postpartum experience is dryness. The body produces less estrogen after childbirth, which contributes to reduced vaginal lubrication. This dryness may be more pronounced during breastfeeding, as it further suppresses estrogen levels. While your vagina may remain slightly wider than before childbirth, you can maintain toned and healthy vaginal muscles by regularly practicing pelvic floor exercises. 20. You can't lose a tampon, or anything, in your vagina. We've all experienced that moment of panic during sex when you suddenly remember you put a tampon in that morning. But rest assured, your tampon can only travel so far. At the deepest part of your vagina lies your cervix, the lower portion of your uterus. During childbirth, the cervix dilates to allow the baby to pass through. However, outside of childbirth, the cervix remains closed, preventing anything from getting lost or stuck inside. What's more common is forgetting about a tampon for days or even weeks, which may result in a foul, decaying odor. While it's generally safe to attempt removing a forgotten tampon yourself, consulting a doctor is advisable to ensure all pieces are properly retrieved. 21. The size and location of your clitoris matters for orgasm. Based on a 2014 study, individuals with vaginas who struggle to achieve orgasm during penetrative sex may have a relatively small clitoris positioned slightly farther from the vaginal opening. 22. When you're pregnant, your underwear becomes a mini slip and slide. To safeguard both you and the developing baby from infection, your vagina increases its self-cleaning process, leading to a continuous flow of discharge. Anticipate the amount of discharge to gradually increase as your pregnancy progresses. Throughout most of the pregnancy, the discharge will likely be thin, clear to milky in color. However, in the final week of pregnancy, it may take on a pinkish hue. The discharge should never have a strong or fishy odor, nor should it have a chunky texture. If it does, it's advisable to consult a doctor. 23. Got cramps? Your vagina might help with that. Attempt self-stimulation to trigger the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which promote feelings of pleasure and well-being. The analgesic properties of these neurotransmitters can alleviate menstrual cramps, while the post-orgasmic relaxation aids in muscle relief. During self-pleasure, individuals may opt for a vibrator or erotic stimuli to enhance arousal. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.